do, Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with why you should quit and move to Australia. Before we dive in, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Very intrigued on this one. So what we got?
This is going to be a very different educational video than usual.
Talk to me.
This isn't even actually my desk. That's my desk there. And I'll show you the gym. Come on. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why you should quit whatever you're doing and move to Australia.
Talk to me.
She's beautiful, isn't she? First thing.
She is beautiful. That is a nice workout room. I'd love to have one of those in the crib.
About living in Australia is how accepting they are of you being barefoot, like, everywhere. Grab my phone. Go for a little adventure. And for the record, I'm only drinking these because I had to buy 100 of them for a thumbnail that I did for another video. Don't even taste that good. But for any of you that are confused, I'm English.
They don't even taste that good.
I lived in the UK till I was 27. Then had a psychedelic trip, ended up deciding to move to Australia. It was the best decision I've ever made. And throughout this video, you're going to understand exactly why that is. Point number one, it's not that expensive in Australia. Petrol, about 30% cheaper. Rent, even in a rental crisis, nowhere near as bad as London, because to live in the UK, you pretty much got to live in London. Even if you live in Manchester, which is nicer than London, people are like, why don't you live in London? Whereas Australia, even living in Bondi Beach, one of the most famous beaches in the world, is cheaper than London. And I just can't quite fathom that when you think about quality of life. So Australia is a lot more affordable.
Dang, so you live in the UK, you gotta live in London, because everybody like, why you don't live in London? Why you over here, you living in the UK, but you don't live in London? You living in poverty. Is that how it is?
But don't just take my word for it. Let's show you some of it. I need my keys. I'm not going to lie to you. Up until the age of 27, I used to get smashed in the United Kingdom every weekend and very often snort a lot of coke. Sorry, Mum and Dad, if you're watching this. Thing is, in the UK, to me, and I'm not telling you how to live your lives, the UK was quite mundane for me and I had to escape it at the weekend. It was almost like you have to go through this life of grey skies and people being miserable, then at the weekend, suddenly, boom, coke, booze, whatever. Even something like this car, 6-year-old car, I don't really need flashy things quite as much here than I do in the UK. In the UK, people are like brand new car, finance, need to get a Range Rover, even though I live in Surrey, because they need some kind of experience throughout their day that makes them feel good. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying it's very different when you come somewhere like Australia. Rather than sitting in an overpriced 4x4 car that's never going to go off-road, you could maybe go to the beach and have a swim before work. In Australia, one of the craziest things that happens here is, if it's your mate's birthday, you all meet up at 6 AM, you get up at 5:30 to go for a swim in the beach together before work. In the UK, no one is meeting up before work. Coffee shops don't even open.
I swear to God, in the US too, we not meeting up before work, bro. He said in Australia, if it's your mate's birthday, you getting up at 5:30 to go take a dip in the beach with your mate for his birthday at 6 before work starts. I love my mates. I love my friends. I love my bros. And I don't have a problem getting up at 5:30. But I'm not getting up at 5:30 to go hop in the beach. I'm not doing it.
Until 7 AM. Here you get a coffee at 5:30 if you want. And again, this is my personal experience with Australia. It's not right for everyone, but I know there are going to be a lot of you watching this that are in a similar kind of place to me in the UK where you're like, I'm not happy here. You feel like you're a plant that's been left in the shade that you can't fully grow. And that's actually how I felt. It was just a psychedelic experience that got that out of me. So what we're going to do now is go to the beach. This beach isn't even known for being a great beach. It's just a beach. And another thing, right, you might agree with this as well. Australians, this is just their normal daily life. But as a Brit who came here in October 2016, every day feels like a holiday. And there's a part of you that thinks, how long can you really sustain living in a place that's a holiday? And I've been doing it 7 years. Still feels like a holiday. Then there's the next thing. Family. It's a long way from home. It's a day away. Yeah, it's 21 hours of flying. Everywhere's a day away. Once my flight got delayed twice on the way back from Berlin, it took me a day to get back to London. It's a day away. Yeah. Do you miss your family and friends? Yes. But when the plane's going down, you got to put the mask on yourself first, then other people. If you stay in a place you don't want to be in to appease people around you, you're putting the mask on them whilst you slowly suffocate to death.
Preach, 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 my brother. Preach, preach, and preach some more. Yes, do not make your life decisions, different if you got like kids and a spouse depending on you and stuff. No, but don't make your decisions for your life based on the opinions of others, based on, you know what I'm saying? No matter if, hey, they're your parents, they're your siblings, you can love them, you can listen to what they got to say, but at the end of the day, you the one that got to live with the choices that you made. So make those choices for you. Because at the end of the day, if you're unhappy with your life, right, that's gonna be on you because you decided to please others instead of pleasing yourself. And when you please yourself and you're happy with your life, you can share that happiness with your friends and family instead of sharing misery. You feel? Talk to me, my guy.
I know, I've been there. Now, there are also a lot of reasons that I hate Australia. Tax, just as bad as the UK. But if you're going to pay 45% tax bracket here, you know you're not going to get stabbed for your money right now. And there's not...
45% is insanity. But he's probably in a whole different tax bracket than me, so that would make... Maybe if I was... he got a gym inside his crib, so he probably got a little bit of money. He probably well set up. He's doing okay. And so probably if I was in that tax bracket, I'd have to pay close to that too.
Not going to be any potholes in the road. I know you're thinking, spiders. You see one a year, the big ones that you see online, the huntsmen, these are actually the ones that aren't even that dangerous. These are the ones that kill the bad spiders, like the redbacks.
Left at the light.
Left at the light. And the funnel webs. You ever seen a funnel web? Oh.
The huntsman spiders kill those? They kill the funnel webs and the redbacks? I did not know that. That's new. Yeah, that's the first time I've heard.
A road closed. Where are we going to go? Detour. And here's a crazy thing for any of you that do move out to Australia, right? They don't use traffic lights when they're doing roadworks. They have people there with lollipops. And in Sydney, they kind of always hire hot chicks to hold on to the lollipops. You notice this? You're going through roadworks and you're like, why is there a 9 out of 10 there flicking a lollipop? And they get good money for it as well. One of your biggest problems with coming to Australia is visas. So any of you that want to come out, sometimes you just got to put the tip in to see how it feels. Do that. 3-month visa, you get a holiday visa, tourist visa. You must apply before.
Sometimes you just got to put the tip in to see how it feels.
Before you leave. If you go to the airport and try and get on the flight without a visa, you're not getting on that flight. Use the 3 months to travel. You got the East Coast, you got Perth on the West Coast. I recommend maybe going off to Bali for a few days or a week, then coming to Cairns and working your way down south to Sydney and Melbourne. 3 months, use that. If you don't like it, you can go back to your job. You can go back to living with your parents. You can go back to the partner you broke up with to go to Australia. They will take you back. They'll just see it as a midlife crisis. But if you come here and you love it, then you got to leave again and apply for 1 year working holiday visa. So this is just the local beach. As you can see, it's not even that busy. But if you're British like me, there's something you've got to prepare yourself for. In Australia, all cars have got to park facing the same way. So you can get a ticket for parking your car facing the opposite direction to everyone else.
Yeah.
Which is mental. It's bloody mental. Do you know what? Do you know what apparently chicks love? You put your arm behind the seat. You like that? Is that BBL? Can't say that, can you? If you've watched as many Andrew...
Bro, I love this guy. I need more of his content, bro. I need to consume more of his content, bro. I rock with him heavy. I definitely
take videos as I have. You'll have been called a brokey quite a few times. And one of the things I really like about Australia that not many people are talking about is Australia is a really good place to be poor. Now, obviously not so poor that you're, putting your hand out for money at the side of the road. When I came here as a backpacker, even if I was spending the least amount of money possible, I could spend my days down here chilling out, reading a book, figuring out myself. You can rent a surfboard for near to nothing and you can have a pretty good life. I've told this story a million times before, but when I got out here, I remember sitting in a coffee shop and there was like all these young 25-year-olds that were fit and they were just like serving coffee. And I was like, why are good looking young people working in a coffee shop for minimum wage? So then I realized they start work at 6 a.m, they clock off at 2 p.m, they come down the beach with their friends, they have a cider, they watch the sun go down, and these 24-year-olds on minimum wage are living a better life than most people in the United Kingdom. So many people in the UK earn so much more money so that they can escape the life they don't like at the weekend. But here at 10 a.m, you're feeling a bit flat, you can go down the beach, jump in the ocean, make you feel so much better and it costs nothing. Everyone talks about quality of life and lifestyle. Do you know what the best thing about Australia is? You don't even need to be that ambitious. If you can cover your rent and feed yourself, you can build a good life, not just for you, but your family as well. In the UK, to take your kid to the beach means you got to sit on a Ryanair or EasyJet flight for a few hours, wait for your flight to get delayed. It's just insane that in Australia, this is just considered normal. Another good thing about Australia is...
That beach do look absolutely beautiful. It looks absolutely gorgeous out there. There ain't too much people around, so you can just have you a good time, relax, chill. Like I said, you ain't even got to be that ambitious out here, right? You just got to take care of your bills, feed yourself, feed your family if you got one, and you can live a good life. You feel me? You can come to the beach anytime you want. young people out there, minimum wage, 16, first jobs, making more money than 24, 25-year-olds in the UK and the US too, because I know Australia got great minimum wage. So the more he talking, the more I'm being convinced. But to be honest, I plan on visiting Australia. I can't see myself living outside of the US. I can't see it. But keep it rolling.
It's far enough away from literally everything else in the world that if you want to reinvent yourself, you can. You can come here and be a more confident person. You can be more outgoing. When I got here, a friend that I knew that was here, he made me delete all of my dating apps when I got here, and every girl I spoke to, I had to give them my number in person. James in the UK never did that. James in Australia doesn't do that anymore because my girlfriend would kill me, but I never had any social media followers when I came here. I didn't have any successful business. I'd never even accomplished anything that important until I came to Australia and reinvented myself. Now for some of you, you might not want to do that, but for some of you, you might. But here's the craziest thing, right? I came back to personal training after my psychedelic trip that happened to be in Croatia. I kind of said to a few of my clients in the gym, some of them I've been training for years, right? And Jackie came in. Jackie, you might be watching this. I said to her, I'm kind of thinking about maybe going to Australia. And what I used to do with my clients was, I used to get them to warm up for like 5, maybe 10 minutes on an elliptical, just so I could sense how they were feeling, whether or not they were run down, just to check in with them. And she stopped in her tracks there. She goes, you need to go to Australia. And I was like, this is my client. She sees me 2-3 times a week. Why is she saying? Yeah. She said, me and my husband had the opportunity to go there when we were younger. We didn't go, we never went. It's the biggest regret of our life. Dang. She goes, because before we knew it, we had kids, then we had grandkids, and now we will never see the one place we wanted to go to. And I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful. And I took it on board, went home. The next session she came in, she was one of my bread and butter favorite clients to see on a daily basis. She literally just said, have you got your ticket yet? She was obviously devastated because, I mean, some personal trainer. But that's the real danger you're kind of rolling with here. If you put this off any longer, it just takes one load to grow up a bird and you got a family. Once you have kids, you ain't never coming. Don't be like Jackie. So you've probably seen that.
I want to come. I want to visit. I want to come visit. I want to take a trip. I want to travel. I want to see some things. I think that'll be awesome to get to go to visit Australia, bro. It will legit be so dope. It just costs so much for a plane ticket to Australia and then to stay there for a while. It's just gonna cost a grip.
That infamous swimming pool in Bondi called Icebergs. That pool for a visit, including sauna, costs less than entry to the Tooting-Bec Lido. I have to send you what the Tooting-Bec Lido is. It's like a little pool in London. It's 90 meters long. Do you know what I hate about the Tooting-Bec Lido? You made a pool that's 90 meters long. Just make it 100. Just make it 100 meters. What's the point? Who designed that? Yeah, we'll come here. How long's that? 90 meters, perfect. Dickhead. How you doing, you all right? Oh, sorry, occupational hazard. Is it a he? Yeah. Oh, he's beautiful. Kelpie cross?
He is
cool,
beautiful.
I've got a Kelpie at home. So another thing, you don't realise how gaslit we've been in the UK when it comes to coffee, right? Coffee in Australia is amazing. It's like 10 times better, and I'm not just saying that. It's like unreal. You go back to Costa, Nero, Starbucks, and you're like, why are you selling me dark cat piss? So you come to Australia, you do your work in holiday visa, and suddenly you're a coffee connoisseur. You're a snob. And I'm praying, Lord, sweet baby Jesus, that they've got almond croissants.
Hey, how are you?
Very good, thanks. Can I please get a long black with milk? Just some cold milk in the top, if that's
no
right.
worries, all good. Is that a large or a small for the long one?
Oh, I'll take a large, please.
Large, yeah, no worries. And then just some milk on the side?
Yes, please.
Yeah, no worries. Having it here or take away?
Take away, please.
Take away, yeah, just $5. Thank you.
Really? Amazing. Which one was it? I'm doing that's crazy. That's a bit, maybe it knew we were close. I'm doing a video now on like why I like Australia. So, you know, saying to the British people, not too many of them, we've done with too many of them. Oh, thank God. What's your favourite thing about living here? Freedom. For me, when I came here as a backpacker, you can have such a good life with not a lot of money. Everyone says quality of life, but whereas here, like, you can have so many little bouts of happiness throughout the day. You get home, your glass is full by 7 p.m. Going on a holiday for me is a chore now. How long have you been here?
He said going on holiday for me is a chore now, right? His life is a holiday. He get to enjoy himself every day, and I love that. I absolutely love that.
28 years, that's why you sound like an Aussie.
Oh, wow.
Or Birmingham, won't hold it against you. So I'm going to convert a few people that are probably in a similar position to me. Not long ago. What was your name?
Emma.
Emma, lovely to meet you. Enjoy your breakfast. Telling people about almond croissants is like giving your best mate a hit on crystal meth. Once they start, they're probably not going to stop. Why don't we go on an endeavour to try and find an almond croissant? Another thing that I never thought I'd really like about Australia is there are no chains of coffee shops. So like I said, in the UK, you got Nero's dog shit, Costa dog shit, Starbucks dog shit, and it's expensive. It's like £3.70 for a flipping coffee. This is $5, which is £2.50. So in Australia, which everyone thought was like a really expensive place, isn't. So because of that, because of the fact all these kind of chains are independent, they give a shit a lot more about the things they're producing. If you go into like a Bill's in Bracknell and your poached eggs are hard, no one really cares because they're just working for the one big conglomerate business. Oh, sorry sir. But here, because everything's independent, they have to maintain a certain level and quality to the food and coffee they produce or people won't go back. So every cup of coffee, dare I say it, is made with love. Or the breakfast isn't even real. The bread. Oh, amazing. It's worth noting, Sydney, Queensland has the best people, so the north. Melbourne has probably got the best metropolitan vibe, more of a city, great food, probably the best coffee. Sydney's just got like a good pinch of everything. It's not got the best beaches, it's got good beaches. It's not got the best city, it's got a good city. People there are...
Sydney is a jack of all trades, but a master of none. That kind of sounds like the way he's explaining it. Jack of all trades. They got a bit of everything. They don't got the best thing. They don't have, know what I'm saying? Like you said, they don't got the best beaches. They got good beaches. They don't got the best this. They got good this. They don't got the best thing. So they're a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Got a little bit of everything, but they don't have the greatest of anything. I like that.
Kind of assholes. When you go outside of Sydney, people are much more likely and inclined to say hello to you. Your neighbours will remind you to take the bins out. They'll have a chat with you. And Sydney can be a hard place to make friends. So if you come, make sure you have some kind of hobby or passion project, especially something like jiu-jitsu. I didn't do jiu-jitsu until I came to Australia. That is a very easy way to start making some friends. Because at least you know they're not arseholes, because not many arseholes do jiu-jitsu. Being alone does not mean you're lonely. Aloneness and loneliness are two different things. And when I did start traveling here, I did have a few days on my own. I remember having a wobbly one day and chatting to my friend Lucy Lord, and I was like, I feel kind of lonely. She was like, you're not lonely, you're alone. There's a difference. She said, get a good book, open it, and start being appreciative of the fact that no one's fucking pestering you. And my God, they will have almond croissants.
I feel you on that, James. I can understand it, James.
Then so may these. We'll try here first. This bakery looks lit. No almond croissant, only a chocolate one. I'm pretty devastated, if I'm honest. A special mention to my mate George. He didn't die, but he did get a girl pregnant. When I was considering coming out to Australia, I messaged him on Facebook and I was like, oh mate, what's Australia like? And he knew exactly what I meant with that. And he sent me a message that changed my life forever.
What did
he said, I'm not going to talk to you until you book your flight. And I was like, oh. Because what I was doing was I was looking for reasons to not take action. I was looking for reasons, excuses. That's why I was asking my clients, oh, I'm thinking of going to Australia. I was hoping that someone in my life would talk me out of it. And then it was...
I feel like I do that crap all the freaking time. And I hate that. I hate that I do that. But I overanalyze so much. And I look for just the smallest negative thing about certain things. And I look for reasons to not do something or not go somewhere. And I hate that I do that.
It was only really those last few conversations I had that pushed me over the edge to put myself out of the comfort zone to come. And quite literally, it was the single best decision of my life. And I don't take that very lightly. I don't even know if anyone's going to give a shit or want to watch this video, but I can't express how great coming here was for every part of my health, my mental health, my business, my relationships, everything. Now, I could be completely wrong, but surely coming out and realizing it's not right for you is way better than never even trying. And
Nice.
Tim Ferriss has a famous saying where he goes, someday, when you say, oh, I'll do it someday, I'll get around to it someday, someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave. Because there is no good time to do this. There is never going to be a good time to come and pack up everything and go to the other side of the world.
That's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal. Out.